Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Niklix. In this video of Laravel, I am going to explain you the various error handling processes that are available in Laravel, by which if a user on your website that is made in Laravel is going to access any URL that is not exist on your website, then it is going to redirect to you one 404 page of your website. That 404 page you can define by yourself that what you want to display in that particular page of your website. So starting with that, first of all, let's see how to handle the 404 error into your project. That is, first of all, I need to open an env file. So there is an env file in which I have just made a configuration about my database. In that file we have a app debug, you can say, key, and its value is right now true. I have to put its value as false, and after env file I am going to create a new file. I will create a new file, like we can say this is an error page. You can we can say we can define it here in h1, and we can say here you can go to other page or move to your main page of a website. So I have created a new file and written these few lines over here. And now I'm going to click on a save button. By clicking on a save button, I need to save this file in my app, in the resources folder. In the resources folders, then views folder is there, then the errors folders are there. In the error folder I need to save it with a particular 404.blade.php file. So it's mandatory to save this file with the name of 404. Then only Laravel can recognize this particular file into your uh, uh, project. So if any error exists, then this particular file will be fired and it will be displayed in the front of the user. So I need to save this file. So I have saved this file in my resources views in the errors folder with the name 404.blade.php. So after creating a blade file, now I am going to move in my app section in the app folder. So moving to the app folder, in the app folder there is a folder called exception, and here in the exception my by default file that is being made, that is handler.php. So in this handler.php, right now there is a function called render over here, and if and here the code is being written that if any uh, if any unwanted URL that is not been defined in your routes.php file that is encountered on your website, then it is going to take me to my 404 page. So it's a by default file that is being made because I am using by default exception handling in Laravel. For that we have to create just 404 blade.php file, and we have to define the false value in app debug on your .env file. So moving to the next part, if we are going to check that, so this is my project, and if I'm going to put my any particular URL, it's taking me to my 404 custom page that has been defined. That is my this one page. That this is an error page, and you can go to other page and move to the, or we can just specify here link ahref and home page. We can just specify a link over here, and you can define a URL, and you can configure in your this routes, and you can take it to the home page of your website. So this is a by default you can say error handling in your Laravel project. And if you want that, we have to create a custom exception in your Laravel. And so whenever if any code that contains an error, and if we want to move that particular code in our except in our try catch block. So how this all can be implemented, we are going to watch in this particular video also. So this was a by default exception, and now I am going to explain you how we can define our custom exception with the help of try catch block. So moving to my custom exception, first of all, to implement my custom exception with the help of try catch block, I need to create a file of exception handling that will handle all the exception of try catch block. For that, I need to open my command prompt, and in the command prompt I need to move to the URL of my folder, that is Laravel slip. So to implement my custom exception, I need to open my command prompt. I need to, like, I have just implemented like the folder path that need to be changed is Laravel Syllabus Advanced. So this is the current folder, current project that I am working on. So in this, I need to implement a command that is to make a custom exception, that is PHP artisan make exception, that is page not found exception. So this is a file that will be created by PHP in your app uh, exception folder. So I need to like click a create, enter, and my message has been displayed that exception created successfully. So if I am going to check that where it is being created, it is being created in the app folder. In the app folder there is a folder called exceptions, and in the exception there is a file called page not found exception. So this is the by default exception that is being created, and now I am going to write here some you can say functions. So this, there are some predefined functions that you need to write over here. That the first one is the report function that I need to create, and the second one is the function render that need to create to render that particular view that will be displayed when your try and catch block will be generating some error. So when the try and catch block will be generating some error, it will be returning a view that is being it will be returning a view in the errors folder. In the errors folder we will be like creating a view that is page not found view. So this page not found exception, when it whenever any try catch block will be calling this page not found exception, that particular exception will be returning your particular view, not 404.p the 404 view. It will be returning your particular view that is being created in your errors folder in the page, that is page not found view will be returned when the try catch block will be like generating the error. So I'm going to save this file in my views. First of all, I need to just like save this file in the your resources, then the views folder, then the errors folder, and here I'm going to save this file with page not found dot blade dot php. So with this name, the file will be saved, and I have saved this file. And now I'm going to just write here your custom message, that is you can write over here, and we can say here as page not found. So this is the exception that will be called when your page will not be found. So let's try. We can open one controller and we can just try that how just see how to call this exception. So in the app, your HTTP, and I can just open my like relationship controller over here. So in the relationship controller I need to, like, if there is an error in this particular block, so first of all I need to just comment all these lines in order. So I'm going to comment this line, and now I'm going to implement it with a try catch block. So I need to open a try block over here, and I'm going to say as user. So users is my like model. So where I can say here id 10, first or fail is your query that is going to check that whether your record exists, and if it is exists the record will be returned. If it does not exist, then an error will be returned. So if error will be returned, then that particular error will be called with the will be handled with your exception class. So exception should be exception, that is a object that I am going to create it, exception, and here I'm going to return as throw new. So the error we have been created is a page not found exception. So this is the way to handle your custom exception. So here we have created a page not found exception in which we have created the two function with the report and render, and when this error will be called means when the relationship like in the relationship controller, when this try catch block will generate an error, that but then this particular catch block will call this page not found exception, and page not found exception will return a view name page not found dot blade dot php, that is that I have created in the errors folder. So like we have just define a try and catch block. So first of all, also we have to define the use with the app exception. In the exception there is a called page not found exception. So there is a folder name exceptions. I have written here exceptions. So app, then the exceptions, your folder name, and then last is your file name that you have to just define over here in order to throw your new page not found exception. So this is my has one, you can say function. So let's check where it is being called. So to check when has one function is called, then I have to implement my roots web.php. So has one will be called on my has one route. So I need to implement here as has one. So when I'm going to click on, like when I'm going to just enter this page, the message has been displayed over here, that is page not found. So this message has been displayed. So how it has been worked, I'm checking getting a like giving a quick review over this. First of all, in the DOS prompt you have to enter your folder path, and you have to make a command as php artisan make exception page not found exception. So this is the custom exception that will be called when your try catch block will encounter an error. So in the exception folder, in the app folder exception folder, your page not found exception will be, you can say, created. This file will be created with the just class name. So the report function, that is a mandatory function, and the render function, that is a function which will call an another view file in your errors folder when any try catch block will encounter an error. So in the report function should be blank, and the render function will return a view page not found view that has been created, that I have created in my errors folder. So here in like resources, in your views and your in the error folder, I have created a page not found blade.php that has been written here. In this page we have written just page not found. So when any try catch error is originated, then a view will be called from errors folder, and the page not found blade file will be called. So here like users with the id 10 is been called, so 10 is not been existed into your database, so an error is been generated. As early as error is generated, the catch block will be encountered, and it will be throwing your page not found exception. So this is a particular exception you can just call onto your any particular function or any particular code of block. So this is totally a custom exception in Laravel, how to create a custom exception and how to like control your exception when any error is being originated. I hope you like my video. If you like my video, do subscribe to my channel, get all the notification by clicking on a bell icon. So do like and share my videos. Thanks for watching my video.